depression is really anger turned inwardly.
I've heard that, and
what's your take on that?
that fits my experience.
Okay.
So much of my experience with depression is me telling myself what a piece of garbage I am, and how much I hate myself, and that the world would be better off without me. And there's a rage in there, that and it can become, it can become a vicious circle too, because then the depression makes it harder for me to get up and do anything. And then I can tell myself, you see, you're just lazy. You're just a
Okay.
slob. You're not doing anything. You're getting caught up in all this because you're an idiot. And yeah, I can absolutely see where that's coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was always moody. That's when
Hmm.
you was talking about moody. I was moody, and my brothers, they say, why he always angry? Then and in recovery, you look back and you find out, I was moody one because I grew up without a father.
Hmm.
I didn't know I was angry because of that until I went to counseling one time, and my counselor said right about growing up without a father. But I had suppressed that feeling for so long. I said, I'm okay without having a father. That's just how it is in the black community. He said, well, if that's how it is, just go back and, go back to your dorm and write about it. And Michael, I wrote about it, man. And I don't know where these feelings came from.
Oh,
I just
wow.
started sobbing. The whole
Yeah.
paper just got saturated. I'm like, man, I felt this burden just lift up off my shoulder.
Hmm.
And that was the first time, I felt freedom.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that it was there. So, and as I'm learning and studying, 'cause, I'm studying about this anger. There's so many things that we can be angry about. And we just, as a mechanism to cope with it, we suppress it. We
Yeah.
suppress it. Um,
I think
yeah,
we tell ourselves, I'm not supposed to feel like this, or
right.
a grown up doesn't feel like this. I think part of it comes from feeling that we need to act a certain way and behave a certain way and feel a certain way, and telling yourself you have to feel a different way than you really do
Yeah.
is tough. And
So,
I got to really lift up what you said about writing. That's the reason why I'm a writer. Is it it gets things out of my head in a way that is so freeing and so just powerful. And that's another
right.
thing I'd encourage people to do. And you don't have to be a good writer or an artist or anything, but just to get your words out in print,
Hmm.
even if it's just to read it yourself as a journal or something, can
Yeah.
be can just be so freeing. One thing that I've discovered is that when I write down something that I'm struggling with, sometimes I look at it and say, that's not nearly as complicated as I thought it was.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
thoughts in my head get so twisted up, but getting them
Hmm.
into words
Yeah.
can kind of untwist it a little bit.
And usually too, add on to that, when my mind be telling me this gonna happen, fear
Yeah.
projecting, right?
Yep.
Fear.
Yep.
It never happens like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it
It
wasn't
never
nowhere
does.
near that.